Hello, Herkimer County. This is Michelle Hummel with the Herkimer County Chamber of Commerce. Here with Dave Warner, our producer.
It's like, what's the pause for? It's a pregnant pause. What are we doing here?
Getting my act together.
Oh, I thought you were going to comment on the weather because it's incredible.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
Finally. Yeah.
Yes.
We're ready, although we've been fortunate.
I know. But yeah, let's go. Let's
Yeah.
roll.
So
Get this going. I'm
absolutely.
interested in this guest.
Yes.
This is you're into tech stuff. This is my thing.
This is definitely his thing.
Yeah.
So we are here today, and I'm proud to introduce Steve Boucher with Herkimer College.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm doing great,
And
thanks.
welcome to our humble abode. I
Pleasure.
wanted to talk to you about the new eSports program that's available at the college. If you could tell us exactly what that is.
Okay, great. We're introducing it's starting next fall, a brand new AAS program in eSports, sports management. So it comes from the aspect, eSports has been a growing industry for years and years now, and it's very, very big around the world. So Herkimer got on its radar a while ago the opportunity to offer an eSports major. And what that entails here at Herkimer is an eSports management program. So it's basically a business degree with an eSports focus. Okay, so it's not designing games. It's not from the technical aspect, from the computers. It's more from the business aspect that would go with any industry that evolves.
But they do get to play some games, right?
Oh, yeah. We have a great team. The last I checked, our team was undefeated this year. They also won a national championship a couple years ago, and that kind of helped propel a lot of this thought process. Herkimer started a couple years ago an esports team, and they competed nationally, and they won a national championship. And then we realized it became on the radar for the college that this was a major that some schools were offering. So there was a couple four-year schools in New York State that were already offering an esports program, and we thought it's time for us to offer this to our students as well.
So how many two-year programs are there in the country?
Great questions. Around the country, there's probably a handful, but in New York State, we'll be the first.
That's great.
Yeah. So we're first in, and we're happy. This will be a program where it's designed so that students will learn enough about esports and business that they will be able to go to industry and get jobs, or they can go off to a four-year school and continue on with esports in the schools that offer a four-year program.
Okay, so backing it up to the program itself, now I'm not familiar with esports. I really kind of Super Mario Brother, that was it, maybe a little bit when I was young.
Don't date yourself.
And
now.
I was not good at that. So.
I don't really want to tell you what I was doing. Pong, I think it was.
Yeah. Oh, I did Pong. Yeah.
Sure.
Right? Technology's come
Michelle
a long
doesn't
way.
even know what that is.
Oh, I do. But, as a mother, let's say, I've got a 17-year-old daughter, and she's approaching college age, obviously, and looking at schools. So who would be attracted to esports? Who would be a good candidate for a program like this?
Okay, anybody who, first of all, anybody who has a passion for esports already or loves gaming, this is an opportunity for them to continue to have fun with their passion, but also learn some skills that could help support perhaps making a living in this arena. We're going to be having like event management, and there's a lot of marketing. So there's a lot of supporting fields that'll go around this industry. But the person that would probably be first interested is someone who's a gamer. Not everybody's going to be a professional gamer. Becoming a professional gamer is just like becoming a professional athlete. I mean, it's a 1 in a million chance. But that doesn't mean you can't be in the industry. If you were interested in football, you could be in broadcasting, you could be in marketing, you could be in events, you could be in management, you could be in companies that develop, anything around that sport. You're seeing the same thing happen in this area.
Okay, so what types of jobs would they? Now you're mentioning event planning and things of those nature. So, what kind of jobs do you see this producing long term?
Yeah, so the short list early on that people think most of is broadcasting, anything in the sport because it's these events are filling arenas. Where the Golden State Warriors play basketball, they had an event a while back, and they filled it full of people. And then you can also watch it online, so the audiences are huge. Any of the other marketing programs that you'd market your team, there's graphics designers, and then there's music that goes along with video games. I mean, just about anything you could think of that would support an industry, there'll be a job.
So you could technically, putting the professional gamer aside, maybe go into programming of these games, and you kind of just see where it takes you
Yeah.
and what interests you, like other
Exactly.
other topics.
Exactly. We're finding that even industries like the people that play games could be playing on a game for hours at a time. So there's people designing furniture that makes it more comfortable for you, and gaming consoles, lighting, studios. There's jobs involved in all those aspects of this, to follow up on this type of industry.
Well, if you got a crowd there like that, you got food too, and all the spin-offs of that, and keeping them involved and happy while they're there watching.
And there are so many different venues. I mean, honestly, you could coordinate an event where the venue is each individual's home.
Right, exactly.
Right? I mean, in some regard, right? You could technically do it.
Well, the college is in the process of building what we call an arena, and it's going to be a specialized room for these type of gaming events. So you could have teams come and compete against each other, and have people view it, and watch what's happening. So just like this studio is designed for what we're doing here right now, you're going to need the same type of studios designed for that industry as well.
Nice.
Great. What kind of classroom setting is this?
Okay, well, there's a couple of things. If you're actually doing some of the gaming, you'll be in a gaming room, in the gaming arena. But along with this major comes all the other classes, because it is a business degree. So that's kind of where I come in, because I'm not the eSports coach. I'm the last guy you want. Anyone that does, I wouldn't know what to do. But the business side is my realm. So the students that get this degree will be taking classes in marketing, business management, principles of management, economics. You're talking communication, English, everything that would go along with a typical business degree. What's really nice about this program too, if your student comes in and they're interested in esports and they become an esports major, all the coursework could take you in other directions. So if you change your mind 2 years into it and say, I don't know if I'm heading towards esports, I want to do another facet of business, it's the same core courses. So you're really getting a business degree.
Right, with a concentration.
Exactly.
In
And that's what I like about the flexibility of this program, because it's going to allow our students, should they change their mind, because they're young.
Yes.
I'm not real young anymore, but I change my mind all the time. So at the end of the day, if you change your mind, you're going to be getting some core training in marketing and in management, and economics and English and writing and graphic. I mean, everything you would need for business.
So you had mentioned that this has been around for a little while now. Are there any, and there are some 4-year colleges, any local in New York State that are 4-year schools?
Yeah, SUNY Canton has a program, and the other name loses me. There's a private school up by Rochester, but there's 2 4-year schools. The one that we've done some talking to and visiting is SUNY Canton, so they have a program.
So you could transfer your credits and move on.
That's the idea.
Which is always a benefit of community schools.
That's the idea. So, and you're going to see a lot of these schools. There's other schools that don't have an esports or programming or sports major, but they all have teams. Like Utica College has a team, and there's other colleges that have teams now. So you're going to see more and more and more of it. So, and I think it's good. It'll be good for an enrollment too. I think sometimes there's students out there that say, I don't know really what I want to do. I kind of like this. And, I can't tell you the number of students that probably go to school to play baseball at a local college or basketball, but they don't end up going pro. What they do is they go to college, they get some really good education behind them. They get a couple more years of what they like to do, but along the way, it was really good marriage for them to step into that school and to get those skills as well.
So when do you said this will be in fall?
Yeah,
correct?
This
okay.
fall, yeah.
So have you heard of any other success stories with people actually taking this and going pro or moving on to the next level? Any examples that you could share?
Yeah, as far as pro players, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to talk to our sports team, and they probably can give you some examples. I do know we have one player on the Herkimer team right now that is like ranked in the top 200 in the world for the game that he's playing. So he's a hot shot. So, but at the end of the day, do I know of anyone that's gone pro? No, I don't. We don't know, but we just know this industry is growing. I think last we looked, it's about a $2 billion industry, and it's growing. Like I think the NBA is like $8 billion, and already esports is $2 billion and growing. The nice thing too about this industry, it doesn't exclude people that may have not been able to participate in other activities. So if you're handicapped, wheelchair bound, or you have some, people with any walks of life are able to participate and compete and have fun and be part of a program.
That's a really great point. Yeah, you might not be able to actually play basketball, but you could participate in
or
this.
football or baseball,
anything.
but you can still play a sport.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very competitive. There's a team, there's a team atmosphere, and it's just like what any other team you'd see for the team sport there.
Okay, so this is a silly question. This is just me being me.
Those are my favorite.
So if is there a scouting process for this? And do you, maybe not today, but do you see one evolving?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've had some ideas myself because I come from the marketing world. So I've talked to the powers to be at the college and said, wouldn't it be great if we had some like tournaments? It's almost like an American Idol type thing where people could come out of the woodwork and you could have tournaments and have people play and then say, hey, you ought to consider doing this or playing so there could be some scouting in the future. I think right now most of it is, it's an industry where it's a type of environment where people know who's kind of coming up and good already, and they kind of self-expose and they show up and they end up being part of the programs.
Well, you could take the 11 schools of the BOCES district and kind of have a competition with the different high schools, say junior, senior, and pit them against each other for a trophy. Yeah, I'm the marketing guy, dude.
I like how he thinks.
We provide introductions here as well.
I love it. I say to my boss all the time, I said, there's some opportunity here. We know to put some light and heat on this, and nothing better than having some friendly competitions and some events, and then people show up. I'm sure they would love it.
They would, and not just that, but it would also bring people to the area, to the community. Just have a great event. Yeah, my wheels are turning too now, Dave.
Right. Use those screens in the Nexus Center for something. Have an esports tournament down there.
Yeah, you could.
Grass field, set up some tables, use the screens.
There's been some talk about that too, that they're looking in that direction. So we're going to go call on them as well.
Yeah. I think they're looking for all kinds of interesting events, and this would be definitely different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Completely different. I mean, there's a whole set of sponsors that have been untapped. Yeah.
Now, you talk about sponsors in this industry. There's organizations and very famous people that are sponsoring professional sports teams.
Right.
Walt Disney World and Shaquille O'Neal and Michael Jordan and all sorts of, you name it. There's a long list of companies and people that are investing heavily in this industry and creating teams and having them compete against each other.
Nice.
Amazing. Well, we're going to take a short break right now. We'll be back in about 1 minute.
Visit My Little Falls and stay connected with the latest news, information, and events in the city and the area. Our mission is to generate interest in the community and connect residents in a more meaningful way by facilitating deeper conversations about how these stories will shape the future of the Mohawk Valley. Join thousands of weekly visitors who stay up to date with feature stories, interviews, videos, our event calendar, and print publication, the Mohawk Valley Express. It's about timely local news for the community, keeping citizens informed about important issues, telling about the people who live and work here, and giving locally owned businesses the opportunity to reach a very targeted audience of locals and tourists alike. It's a whole new form of media-rich content developed specifically for today's mobile lifestyle and listeners. You can download our iOS app in the iTunes Store, listen to our country music streaming radio station, or sign up for a weekly newsletter. Stop by today at mylittlefalls.com. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back. It's Michelle Hummel with the Herkimer County Chamber of Commerce, here with Dave Warner, our producer, and Steve Boucher, a professor at Herkimer College, talking about their new eSports program, a new associate's program.
Yep.
So I would be curious to see if you've already received any enrollment or interest. And if so, are there any projections on how it might grow and compared to some of your other enrollment?
Yeah. So we have had inquiries already because the press went out and press releases and people saying, wow, that's pretty cool. I didn't know I could go to school and, still be able to pursue some of my interests. So we have had some inquiries. We expect, we set very moderate goals. So we think it will help enrollment quite a bit. I mean, I have some stretch goals, but my boss says tamper those down,
Right.
But me, I'm a dreamer. So I'm like, we're going to get 200 people in here next year. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, Steve, 35 would be great.
Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, we do think it'll have an impact. We just think we have to get the word out there. And thanks to folks like you folks, you're helping us get the word out there, because as soon as people know about it. I mean, one of the messages we want to send to is parents, because a lot of times parents might hear, eSports, are you kidding me? What's going on? You're going to send a kid to school to play a video game? They can sit home in the basement and do that.
And not get credit for it, though.
Right.
They won't
Right?
get credit.
Well, the idea is to have them not be 30 and sitting in the basement still doing the same thing. So this will give them some other skills as well.
Well, just like our folks that play softball or baseball or basketball or any of our sports, the students are required to come to all the classes. They're required to keep their grades up. They have coaches that will prod them and make sure they're getting the work done, just like the other coaches do in the other sports. So if your child comes to Herkimer and they focus on esports and they're on the esports team, they're not going to be sitting in some dorm room, with the lights down and eating Cheetos and playing games and never see the light of day. They're going to have to go to class. They're going to have to pass the same rigor as anyone else would in any of these classes and keep their grades up.
And as a parent, my daughter is not a gamer by any stretch, so she's not, but she's very interested in other things. But I do have a couple of sons as well that I've lived through, and thank goodness they're both thriving. But I will say, as a parent, this might be a great opportunity, because so many kids just don't know what they want to do, and so you might be able to say, go for esports, and they're going to get this whole, circle of education without even realizing what they're entering into. And, they're going to be rounded out. And that's a really amazing opportunity. And I could see potential for these types of things in the future.
No, I think you're right. I agree 100%. We see it in our other sports. I mean, I have students that take my class that absolutely come to Herkimer to play baseball, because it's a great baseball team, a great organization. And they're there, honestly, if they told the truth, if you could put them on a lie detector, they're there for baseball. They're not there for everything else. However, once they're there, they take our classes. They learn, they continue their education, and we explain to them, look, you're not going to play baseball forever. Even if God willing, you got to play pro, even that won't last forever. You're going to have to be able to figure out what you're going to do after that. That's what this is all about. So they get a great education. They're going to get a great associate's degree with great instructors in a great town, and have great memories, and who knows what their future will be after that. But you're right. This will be a great opportunity for some people that didn't really know what they want to do. Say, you know what? I will go.
Right. And you're offering it here. No one else is.
Right.
So, hey, you might hit that stretch goal. You never know.
Exactly.
Yeah, come to Herkimer.
That's right.
I told my boss, Bill McDonald, if I hit the goal, you got to buy me some beers. And he said,
Okay. Bill.
So 200 is the goal? Is that it?
Well, no.
Yeah, or is it 35? You floating on the low end. Yeah, that's
Maybe
what I thought.
split the difference. Bill, if you're listening, you
gotta buy me
might
a
owe
six-pack
some
of
beers
beer.
out.
Yeah. If he hits 35 now, he lowballed it on it.
We call that sandbagging.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this is my first rodeo.
But I think this is a really remarkable opportunity for so many students that don't know what they want to do exactly, and maybe they do, and this is just an avenue that they can do that's completely different. A huge opportunity for Herkimer College all the way around, because nobody else is offering this in associate's level. So, I think this is fantastic. How can people get more information about this?
Just contact the college. As soon as you contact the college, they'll send you right in the right directions. If they have more specific questions about the curriculum and the courses, they can contact me, Steve Boucher, directly. My email is bouchersr@herkimer.edu.
And Boucher is spelled
BOUCHER SR.
Okay.
At herkimer.edu. Yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
That's that French name.
Yeah, everybody be going.
How am I going to do that?
Bouchette, boudoir.
Or just get a hold of the college and ask them, give me that guy.
Give me that guy, the
about
eSports guy.
The eSports guy, and they'll direct them to me.
And I'm sure they can find some information online as well.
Oh, yeah, it's already it's on our website and everything's
great.
there. Yeah, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, and if anyone has any questions, the chamber would be happy to connect as well. That's one of the things we do, and and we're happy to do it. So
Sure.
I want to thank you for coming. And I want to also, before we leave, I do want to mention that we are going to be hosting the very first ever nonprofit symposium in Herkimer County. And it's going to be held on May 18th at the BME building in Mohawk. If you have any information or anything you want to, I can't speak, I'm so sorry. If you have any inquiries about it and you want more information on it, please contact us at the Chamber at 315-866-7820. Thank you so much, and thanks, Steve. Look forward to speaking to you again.